What's up, guys? Okay, some of you may remember this video that I did back in, I don't know, I guess it would have been around April, of Deputy Marvin Morales in Sacramento, California, where he thought he was smoking some meth that he had taken from a suspect, and it turned out to be fentanyl. Damn near killed him. Anyway, we'll watch a little brief snippet of this, and then we'll get to the follow-up. Also, I'd like to note, like 80-some% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and we'll move along.
Testing their limits and molding them for a career in law enforcement.
Because that is all they're about. The physical agility. Don't matter how smart you are, it's how well you can do on the physical. That's the Sheriff's Academy leading up to the...
Dragon Boy!
Anyway, let's do this a little bit. And they're going to release him.
That's in the front of the vehicle.
And he's going to tell him how to get to a homeless shelter or something. He's gonna fuck with them handcuffs enough to just drive you crazy.
Housing, if they have space. They can feed you. Help on the job if you want it. You gotta help yourself. Alright? See you next week. Hey, I'm here. This is my area.
Also, this is on Police Activities channel. Feel free to go check his channel. I believe he's been demonetized, but he has Patreon or something. And that was the only place I could find it a bunch of different places, but they've got it from Police Activity. I tried to find just this, and I don't know where it came from, but anyway, that's where we're at. So somebody racing in the road. So this is him getting back to the substation. Also, I'd like to know he's part in the fire zone. I'm just throwing it out there. And no, there's no audio yet. Also, another fire zone violation. Don't know why they got their faces blurred out, but... He walks in, this is as far as he gets. He sees this, and he knows immediately he needs Narcan. Bitch, you mean to tell me this ain't happened before? Please. Don't talk to me like I'm stupid. This is all he sees, and he automatically knows he needs to go get Narcan. This is not his first rodeo with this one. Also, you notice how you don't hear any audio? You know how I say these things are always recording? They're always recording. They're always recording. They're recording always. What I'm trying to say is they're always recording. They have to hit it to activate the audio, but they are always recording. Why iCloud storage costs so much. Wonder what he's got. Oh look, he's got some Narcan. See? Told you. So that's where we're at with this one. They get everybody in there. They get him. He goes to the hospital. Anyway, he puts in his resignation, and then a few days later he was fired. And here is the follow-up to Morales.
Former Sacramento County Sheriff's deputy stabs and kills his 11-year-old son before chase ends in his death. Thanks for joining us for the CBS 13 News at 6. I'm Tony Lopez.
And I'm Marley Ginter. Let's break down exactly where this started and ended. That 11-year-old boy stabbed at a home.
He stabbed his 11-year-old son to death. Stabbing is such a personal, up-close... I just can't fathom a parent stabbing their own child to death.
On Farrell Way in Elk Grove, this is in Sacramento County. Oh, then that child's father was involved in a deadly shooting with the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office just across the county line in San Joaquin.
Also, as of right now, there's no dash cam footage of this. There's no body cam footage of this. They need to release all of it.
County.
Tonight we have team coverage from both scenes. Let's start with your reporter, Kayla Moeller, in Elk Grove at the family home where this all started, Kayla.
Tony and Marley, that's right. Over my shoulder is the Morales family home where Marvin Morales, former Sac County Sheriff's deputy, lived with his wife and children. Somebody had just recently come by and put down some flowers and candles to pay their respects. Police responded to this home just after 8 a.m. and found the 11-year-old boy who had been stabbed. A 6-year-old girl, was in the house as well, but thankfully she was unharmed. Officers say Morales, their father, had driven off before they arrived. The boy later died at the hospital, and police say the initial 911 call came from the children's mother, who was at work at the time and said she had been watching her in-home security cameras.
So typically we have in-home security cameras too. If there's, it'll just alert you that there's movement or whatever, based on what settings you have set up. Anyway, so he stabs his 11-year-old son to death, but the 6-year-old daughter was unharmed. I'm trying to figure out the correlation between the father and the 11-year-old son. Like, it's bad enough, but what could the son have done that would prompt a father to stab him to death? I'm just saying. Nothing.
Witnessed an assault between her husband and their son.
I can't say based on the information that I know, but as a mother myself, I know that I do watch my cameras periodically at home. They do sometimes give you notifications, so that might have been why she watched.
Yeah, Elk Grove PD says that the mom is being cooperative in this investigation. This is just a heartbreaking situation all around. Violent start to the holiday season. And you can see the holiday lights on the house behind me. So looks like they were getting ready for the holiday season.
Yes, just awful to hear this story. Terrible all around. Kayla, thank you. Circling back to our two scenes now. After that stabbing, the child's father was then involved in a deadly shooting with law enforcement in San Joaquin County.
And that's where we find your reporter covering San Joaquin County, Carmela Karcher, with more on what we know from that second scene, Carmela.
Yeah, it's absolutely right. Now, we've been here along I-5 since early this morning, just south of Highway 12. Now, this is exactly where the pursuit ended. You can see the lights still here behind me. They're still setting up, still looking at this investigation. Now, this is exactly where the shots were fired, which did eventually kill the 40-year-old. Now, do take a listen to what led up to the shooting from CHP.
There's a spike set up at southbound I-5 at the pond, south of Highway 12. Center light. Shots fired, one down.
Can we get a code for it? Confirm this is for the 187. Shots fired, one down.
One suspect out.
Copy, suspect down.
Now, this all started over 20 miles away in the city of Elk Grove, where Morales is accused of stabbing his 11-year-old. Elk Grove police say he was gone by the time they responded, but they immediately got that information out about the car he had taken. And it just so happens that Sacramento County Sheriff Jim Cooper actually spotted the vehicle himself, leading CHP to chase him down I-5. They eventually put out a spike strip, which Morales ran over, that ended up crashing into a ditch along the highway. We know at least 2 Sac County Sheriff deputies opened fire. The CHP couldn't tell us whether Morales was inside or outside the vehicle when he was shot, or whether he was armed at the time. He was then taken to the hospital but did not survive.
Very fortunate that no one else suffered any injury or even death after the tragic incident from this morning. It certainly is a very tragic event.
I want to see the dash cam and body cam footage, but this just goes to show they'll just shoot and kill everybody.
Allegations that have come forward, and we mourn with the community.
Now, no other officers were injured in this, but CHP did tell us that the U.S. Department of Justice is taking over the investigation. But as you can see, traffic is moving just a little bit faster, but it's still very much backed up down southbound lanes. Both lanes have since opened since this morning.
It's been a sad and chaotic day. Carmela, thank you. Let's talk more about Morales now. He's the former deputy with the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office. We've touched on that. He resigned after it was discovered he was using his position to confiscate drugs and using them. In fact, we showed you body camera footage back in February, seen here, released by the Sheriff's Department at the end of the investigation. In one video from 2023, you can see Morales in uniform on the floor of the station bathroom, next to him a confiscated pipe. He's revived by his colleagues inside the Central Area Station as he was on the job when he overdosed. At the time, it was believed to be a chemical exposure, but the investigation later revealed he'd taken what he believed was meth, was really fentanyl. Other videos released show Morales during the stop where he pocketed the drugs instead of putting them into evidence. The Sheriff's Office said this today about this tragic development.
I mean, it's gross, right? It's nobody wants to hear about anyone involved in an incident, previous like that, especially a deputy.
Seems like if somebody was monitoring these dash cam and body cam videos, they've known this long before now.
Like I said, our primary thoughts are with that family right now. He's kind of an ancillary piece.
The review found Morales used his position of authority to confiscate narcotics and paraphernalia from members of the public and held them accountable for the violations. He never faced charges for drug possession or otherwise. DA's office confirmed the case was not referred to them for review.
Anyway, yeah, Morales, the useless one. Anyway, I don't know why that won't come up. Anyway, that's where we're at this one. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Also, again, like 82% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and we'll move along. Let me know what you think about this one, and I'm out.